I was riding with you with that whole Remy Ma situation, because it's like, yeah, stand up tall and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? She coming for the spot and shit. But now it's like you are unconsciously letting it be known that Cardi B is actually in your spot. Because this is really whole shit, but it's not whole shit, because it's real shit. Welcome back to the Big Facts Podcast. I'm Ayo Finally Speak Out, fearless leader of Ayo Nation, and this is... I'm gonna put the red shirt in the front, you know what I'm saying? But the red shirts, as you know, red and teal are on a 3-day hold, whatever like that. If you bought them in 2X, it'll be 3 days late. If you haven't got your Ayo Nation Are You Serious shirts for $20, go to paypal.me/Are You Serious. Also go to the same place to get your Big Facts Podcast hat for $25. Nicki MInaj, let me holler at you. Let me talk to you. Cause this shit here make you look goddamn. And you don't never want to look like that. Like you really are. Like you gotta, like that song that you got with. But this what life is though. Whenever you are consistent, like the reason why it's easier to be an actor than being a rapper is the hardest. It's the second hardest job on the planet. The first hardest career to have is the criminal career. Being a career criminal is extremely fucking difficult, simply because you don't know who the fucking enemy is and you don't know who your friend is. You have know what I'm saying, set goal. You don't know where the fuck you going, and usually when you get in, the goals that you had evaporate because the street has a way of confusing everything. It's kind of like the Twilight Zone. As soon as you walk in, everything switches. You know what I'm saying? Everything fucking changes. So this is what's going on in this situation. If you're an actor, like, you can turn the shit on and off. You can decide when you come outside and when you're seen and shit like that. You get your big money here and people love your movie, whatever like that, and then they waiting for the next one. It's all love. You can take off for a couple of years like Will Smith once you get to that level. But you don't have to just be seen all the fucking time. Actually, be an actor, to be seen in the public all the time is actually a bad fucking thing. You want to keep that mystique, that mystery about yourself. As a rapper, you really need to be fucking seen like that. You need to be flexing. It's a full-time fucking job to flex. If you're not on this bitch showing goddamn jewelry, showing money and shit like that, you can't really run in certain circles. And the circle that has the fastest, let me talk to you. The circle that has the fastest, you know what I'm saying, what is it? Not feedback, but you get paid the fastest off trap music because it doesn't take that much to actually win people over. To be a trap rapper, all you gotta do is, know what I'm saying, show that you got money. You would think that, but it's not actually true. You actually, let me say the trap lane. The trap lane is the lane where you talk about dope, guns, and hoes. Whenever that's the case, whenever that's your whole, you know what I'm saying, makeup, you need to, what you finna do too? I'm finna goddamn take it on in. You already got your bath, nigga. I'm trying to go ahead. I'm trying not this thing. I ain't going ahead and get in the bed here. It's 2 o'clock already. They know when it's time to go to sleep. whenever you in a lane where the least complex, let me see, the dumber the shit you talk about, the faster you gonna get the money. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what the fuck it is. If you talk about material shit, the money will come back, you'll have a real fast response, whatever like that. But if you talking about shit like what B.O.B. talk about, it's gonna take longer for folks to come around with it, but when they do, you're gonna have real fans and shit like that. And that's the difference, what they call microwave music. This is the microwave era. You'll be on for 2 months and shit like that. Designer was on top of the world for fucking 2 months. But in this situation here, it's just like when you can tell who's being told what to do and who's making their own decisions. And it's crazy because both people are failing. Both people are making wrong decisions. It's fucked up. Like, the label wants you to lose as far as yourself. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. It's not about you. It's about making them money. So if what makes them money is you dying, i.e. Tupac, Biggie, then that's what the label's gonna make happen. And without them pulling the trigger, they'll put you in situations where it's a suicide mission. You know what I'm saying? You're least likely to come back alive. And they'll put you in a situation where you're least likely to retain your sanity. We're starting to see the rigors. We're starting to see the after effects of the spotlight. Everybody wants to be in the limelight until they find out that that bitch is radioactive. You know what I'm saying? Like, the limelight actually has way more damaging effects and chemicals in it than the sun, than a tanning booth. You cannot stand in that motherfucker for extended periods of time. Has microwaves. But unlike microwaves and, you know, like the shit that's inside of bombs and shit like that, it actually cooks the inside of you first, starting with the heart, not the brain. It starts with the heart, because that thing that used to, you know what I'm saying, where all your feelings and love and shit like that, that thing, because you can't use that in this industry because everything's fake. Everything that you have is fake. Everything that you have around you is, as the whole situation is brought forward, it's bought. In this situation, Nicki Minaj is accusing Cardi B of spending money to get her song played on the radio. That's not a bad fucking idea. There is nothing wrong with doing that. And the fact that you will point that out, the fact that, because it's like you're embarrassed right now. But let me get back to what I was saying. But that's the case, what's going on. She's lashing out at everybody, Travis Scott, the bitch that Travis Scott is with, producers, her label, Fetty Wap, anybody in the world, just Safari, her mama, her brother, just anybody and everybody. Like, it's y'all fault that my label, that my numbers are not higher than Travis Scott. She's not talking to people who did worse than her. She's talking about the one person that's ahead of her. And I'm going to get down to the, you know what I'm saying, the dynamic of that shit in just a second. But let's get down to the, you know what I'm saying, what's going on inside of her. And why these numbers and her being number one is so fucking important. Alright. Because there's a couple of people who would have done the same fucking thing. And that's why you can't really go too crazy on her, because she's a bitch. And that's what the fuck, you know what I'm saying, that's what hoes do. They cry and whine, you know what I'm saying, when shit don't go their way. But as far as with her, you would think that she would show more regalness. She would be more honorable about the whole situation and really deal with it like a veteran. But instead, she's dealing with it like a child. And this is more of what in the fuck. Alright. this industry, what it does, it attacks the microwaves from the limelight. What it does first is attacks your heart, because all the love and shit like that, all the, you know what I'm saying, all those feelings and shit like that will be, you would have to put those on pause. And the heart is a muscle just like any other muscle in the body. If you don't use it, you lose it. You know what I'm saying? It just goes the fuck away. So without you loving and caring for people, because you're so focused on your career, my career, you loving and caring for your career doesn't equal, you know what I'm saying, your heart's not getting the necessary natural vitamins that it needs, which is, you know, nurturing, caring, real shit. Now, you can't have the fake shit, like, you know what I'm saying, you can only drink fake water for so long. You can only drink fake water would be soda. You can only drink you can't have too much artificial shit, you know what I'm saying, in your diet, or you'll fucking die. So with that, as that heart doesn't have anything to go off of, the motherfucker starts to die the fuck off. Just like any organ in the body. You're feeding it too much bullshit, because what you're putting into it is fake. You see her with she came in with something that was real with her and Safari. Whether or not it was perfect, it was real. It was real. Once you cut that off, there is no more real. It's only camera and me. Camera and me. What the camera perceives as real is real now. Now it goes game. It go not game. Actually, I think that was before Meek. But now it goes Meek Mill. Whoever the fuck was after that, then now it's like, why in the fuck are you jumping in and out of fucking relationships? And if you were gonna do that, why the fuck you ain't do it with Drake? And I think she attempted that. At this point, because you tried to talk, because now it's a rumor out about 6ix9ine and shit like that, and then you went at 6ix9ine on some bullshit. Like, the fuck, stop talking to YG, like you defending YG, like you really just trying to, now you're a clout chaser. Your heart no longer works. And I believe that, let me get back to it. So it attacks your heart first. The next thing that the limelight attacks is your mind. The next thing it attacks is your mind. And this is when shit goes haywire. This is when it gets serious. Because once those radioactive waves from that damn limelight start eating away at your brain, now you start seeing lashing. Some people react emotionally. Some people act violently. You know what I'm saying? Some people just go fucking insane. You see them walk outside with no fucking makeup on and shit like that. And it's like now she's trying to do things that maybe some people told her to do in the beginning of her career. Go at this person, and, you know what I'm saying, this and that. It's like, hold on. I was riding with you with that whole Remy Ma situation, because it's like, yeah, stand up tall and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? She coming for the spot and shit. But now it's like, you are unconsciously letting it be known that Cardi B is actually in your spot. Cardi B is on top of this female rap shit. Do you see how fucking unbothered she is by this whole situation? Like, she just became a mother, which is probably something that I was just talking about another female artist last night, saying that what she needs is a companion so girls can really relate to her. She can't really be herself, and these are things that maybe were said to you, but you couldn't hear it because you're so high up on that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that you're on the drug, but you're so high up on that fame. And that fame, you're not just cool with being famous, you want to be the most famous. And this is where, like, you see the actual radioactive waves just eating at the brain, like, You're already there. You don't have anything to fight for. You could have made this shit look so... Like, this shit, if you claiming that Cardi B was out of line for buying radio spins, which is what every fucking promotional director... If I had an artist that had a $60,000 budget for radio play alone, the fuck? I call that a good ass fucking artist that's actually focused on what the fuck they gotta do. You understand. You understand what the fuck this game is. And also, for everybody else who's, you know what I'm saying, on the outside looking in, please pay attention to what was said. I paid $60,000 on radio spins. The reason why you hear these songs so many times in repetition is because it's business. It's not about what song is the best. It's about business. Everybody just can't go up there and give $60,000. But once you're in a position to where people will accept your money, you put that money down because this is the response you get. I knew that Bodak Yellow shit was being played too many times. I was in jail when I first heard it, didn't know who the fuck it was. They made that song just, you know what I'm saying, like we've all been fucking soaked in that fucking, if I wanted to, like regardless. That was smart fucking money, and you cannot down that motherfucker for doing what was smart. For a strip club, bitch, that hoe got a lot of goddamn sense. We have to salute her on that. Like, you are the epitome of what a bad bitch should look like. But with these goddamn, with these things that you doing, you bringing your shit further and further down. What the fuck are you doing? And I can't blame nobody around you for this situation because it's just hard for me to believe that anybody's guiding you in any direction, telling you what the fuck to do. You've been in this shit, and since you've been in this shit, you've been tactical, calculating, and you execute plans. You do what the fuck you have to do. So this whole rollout was your idea. Now, if we're talking about the whole Travis Scott shit and Travis Scott, motherfuckers selling merchandise with the album. So if you buy a Travis Scott t-shirt or a Travis Scott concert ticket, you get the album free. That's another smart marketing move that was started by either Taylor. It was Taylor Swift that started that. I think it was one of the white girls, Taylor Swift. What the other girl name is? The Mexican girl, Selena Gomez or Miley Cyrus. One of them did that shit where you can get a whole bundle. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. Ticket sales, as far as if we're going by the numbers, ticket sales should be ticket sales. Merchandise sales should be merchandise sales. And album sales should be album sales. I still don't like this whole streaming thing. I don't like it. I don't like it. That it lets, like, I understand that something had to be done within the you know what I'm saying, the game to where labels could make money off music again. Because who the fuck is gonna buy the music when you can just burn the shit free? Who the fuck, like, you're only gonna get paid from diehard fans. And a label's not with that shit. They want to sell everything they touch. They want a return on this shit. But this streaming thing is extreme. But it is what it is. So, with that, another reason I don't like streaming is because you can't never own a motherfucking thing. If you don't, it's like the streaming service became the fucking record label. You don't, why the fuck do I need to sign with fucking Def Jam or fucking Jive when they gonna have to go to Apple or Tidal or Spotify, you know what I'm saying, to get my shit out? Why don't I go straight to Spotify and just sign with them? Why my money gotta go through this many fucking hands? But that's past some shit. What I'm talking about is with motherfuckers selling their shit in a bundle, it does throw shit off. Because a motherfucker want to see, and if they want to see Travis Scott or Nicki Minaj or any one of their artists in concert, now the price of the ticket is shot up. It's shot up because now I have to compensate for this album that's inside of it. To where tickets were, maybe not that much either. Tickets were $70 to go see him. Now it's $90. You know what I'm saying? Just to go see him, but you get a free album with it. It's like, hold, that's not fucking free. I know goddamn the tickets was $70 last month. The fuck, not an album drop, now the tickets are $90? The fuck is going on? You're forcing me to buy this shit. You're forcing me to buy it. You're taking the decision out of the hand of the consumer. And, you know, as far as a business person, I guess that's smart to do, but as far as the customer, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I mean, and it's all, because it's all about numbers. At the end of the day, it's all about numbers. It's all about ranking. And this is why she's so serious about her rank. What are my numbers? Where am I at? How high am I up on this totem pole? Because me being number one is kind of my thing. Kind of like 6ix9ine, but that shouldn't be the case. But you know, I claim that shouldn't isn't a word. Because it shouldn't, it shouldn't. 6ix9ine relies on the fact that all of his songs chart. If he had a song that didn't chart, he'll be out the fucking way. But he has two things. He has the I'ma go and fuck with niggas shit, I go troll people shit, and I chart. And then let's think about this real quick on a sidebar. After we find out that Cardi B paid $60,000 for spins and shit like that, how much do you think it costs to rank? Because if what determines where you stand in your Billboard rating is how many radio spins you got, then you kind of just paid for your spot. It should be, you know, but I mean, how does that whole thing? That's where you have to get behind and get into the mechanics of the whole thing. But what we do understand is that when money touches anything, it corrupts it. Not because money is the root of all evil, but because stupid people do stupid shit, bad people do bad shit, good people do good shit. There are DJs that won't take money. There are DJs that won't take money. If a motherfucker, that's why I say you gotta get in. But see, it's crazy because once you get in this spot, motherfucker do a motherfucker favor. You know what I'm saying? And life does what life does. But pay attention to this whole situation. At this point in time, what continues to hold true is that the less you have if you ain't got no African in, the least amount of African you got in you, the better. Because these motherfuckers, Asian, Hispanic, and every other white, all this shit, whatever like that, is winning. The darker you are, the worse fucking slot that you fucking have. Tiana Taylor is having to work her ass off. The lighter your skin, the further you go up on the chart. That's the fucking point. Period, point blank. Big Face Podcast. I'm Ayo Finally. Make sure you hit that PayPal. I'll see you in a minute. Love.